Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 929. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
All right, so what's happening, Chris?
I guess we can start off with the bigger news. There's bigger news, in my opinion.
Okay.
Apparently, Kong Skull Island has some sort of really, really cool after credits scene. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. We don't know who's involved.
Right.
But it first started out as a rumor, and then got picked up by a couple of outlets, and then I think someone at Legendary or Universal tweeted out that we should stay in our seats for the after credits scene.
All right, is it Godzilla after credits?
They're not saying that, no.
They're not saying it?
No.
Or a view of Godzilla, or maybe Mothra or something?
It's possible.
Okay. So we get it. We'll stay after the credits of Kong. It's probably going to be a blockbuster, I'm sure. It's probably going to do really well.
It's going to have to do well in that first week because the next week is going to, well, not the next week. I believe the week after is like Beauty and the Beast. So.
Right.
Yeah. And then Power Rangers, I think, is right after Kong. So.
I see. So we're going to have some issues. Right. It's going to have to do a big jump.
Yeah.
What about China and overseas? You think it's going to do phenomenal there?
I do. I think maybe Power Rangers is going to be its main competition over there for a while. Seeing that, with Super Sentai and whatnot, and that being where Power Rangers emerged. Well, I mean, Super Sentai emerged.
Right.
But I think Kong's going to do well, especially with the fact that, Legendary is now owned by a Chinese corporation. I believe that, giant monster stuff usually does well over there.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that this is related to Godzilla, I think is going to help it. I personally think we're going to see another Pacific Rim situation.
I see.
I think it's going to do okay over here, but it's going to do very well overseas. And I think that's what's going to...
It'll probably do 450 overseas.
Something like that.
And then it'll probably do 220 here. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like. I hope it makes around 200 at least.
I mean, that would be about 670.
Yeah.
Which that's what I'm predicting. I mean, again, I hope it does more than that, but.
Oh yeah.
But if the budget's like 200 million, we're good. I guess.
The budget was 190.
All right, so
yeah.
Let's go for 700 million, whatever. Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. All right. What's the other news?
There was one more thing related to Kong as well.
Okay.
This is somewhat spoilers, so if you don't want to know, stop watching now.
Okay.
There was a clip released today, officially released today, of course, that had some dialogue between Samuel L. Jackson and John Goodman's characters. And it starts out with Samuel L. Jackson, pointing his gun at John Goodman's character, and he says, you're going to tell me everything I don't know. I'm going to kill you, that thing. And what was very interesting, and this made me very excited because, I mean, now it's completely confirmed. John Goodman, his character, is a part of Monarch. He says, my agency, Monarch, looks for massive unidentified terrestrial organisms. So now we have confirmation that A, he is a Monarch agent, B, he knew what he was doing on the island, and C, Muto is not a species name. It is a term for giant monsters in the Monsterverse.
I see.
So that was pretty cool. And we have all been misled in the trailer. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh.
There was something in this clip that we've all been told something in the trailer, and it's not actually true.
Oh.
So it's pretty cool.
Very good. Interesting. I guess we're a month away?
Yeah, March 11th. Yeah. March 10th,
11th.
I should say.
March 10th. Okay. What else is going on?
There was a little bit of Star Wars news today. I wouldn't really even call it news because...
Well, I mean, before we go into Star Wars.
Sure.
What is this news about Warner Brothers courting Mel Gibson to direct Suicide Squad 2?
Yeah, I heard that today. I believe that is actually true.
Yeah.
I think it's because of Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, Hacksaw Ridge.
Because
And is it also that he said that he would never do a superhero movie, and that's like, well, like Marvel or something? I think he was like bashing.
Yeah, you know what I think that they're trying to do? I think maybe they're trying to, get him in there because of how successful Hacksaw Ridge was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe if they can convince him that, here, do this movie, it's not your conventional superhero movie. Maybe that's what they're looking for. I don't necessarily know if he's the right guy for it, but I mean, I'm not.
Do you think he'll do it?
No.
He won't do it.
No, unless they give him a lot of control.
So you don't think that he needs the money, or he needs to, like, you think his career is better shape now because of Hacksaw Ridge?
Oh yeah, I think his career is definitely in better shape. I wouldn't say that it's back to where it used to be before his controversies and whatnot. However, I will say with the success of his last movie, I'm starting to see his name emerge more. It doesn't have that negative connotation. He doesn't have the negativity around him anymore, which is a good thing. I'm happy for him.
As long as he just doesn't talk.
Yeah, basically, okay. Yeah.
Like this,
Yeah.
Because when he talks, he gets into trouble.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. All right, so I think that would be great if they get somebody like Mel Gibson to shape up Suicide Squad 2, and hopefully they actually take it seriously this time and make a better script. It probably would have been better if the Joker was the villain.
Yeah, I agree.
So now it's been days since the Ben Affleck wants to bail on the Bat, and I see more and more articles talking about it. I know we had some critiques we got a little vulgar on our video, people claiming we're fake news. More and more people are talking about it. So does it have substance, or, is it just baloney?
Well, again, I don't know what people were watching. We did that video. We said take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
That means that we're not entirely sure it's true, but we want to talk about it.
Correct.
And give our opinions on it. It may or may not be true. Nowhere in that video did we say, he's out, he's gone.
Right. And I even did a video after just saying basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So people just need to, chillax.
There's no reason to get offended. We're not saying that he's out. He may very well still be there, and he may very well want to still be there. However, we heard it from sources that are usually more reliable that said that it is possible that he may want to stop being Batman.
Does that mean that we want him to stop? No. But that's what we heard. So, anyway, you can't – people get offended if I don't even shave one day. It's just – there's nothing you could do about it. We try to do the best show we can. People are going to get offended no matter what anyway, so we're still going to do our shows. Nobody's going to stop us from doing that. That's just silly. Now, as far as box office goes, I see that Split is still taking money away from people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting dangerous where it was a $9 million budget movie. We could see it making $200 million, like that. Mm-hmm. And all these other movies are interfering with the box office, like Hidden Treasures. Is it Hidden Treasures, or what's the name of that movie?
Hidden Figures?
Hidden Figures, yeah. That's like number 2 constantly. I don't think people were expecting that. I don't think – we got 50 Shades of Darker is number 1 now, Batman number 2, John Wick 2 number 3. But we still got, Hidden Figures in there that's taking millions a week. La La Land, even Dog's Purpose. It came out that the story that was constructed, I guess, by TMZ and whatever, the story was not accurate. And there's going to be some type of legal battle, I think, because Dog's Dead and Dog's Purpose started doing better. And it's trying to hold its own or make back whatever. It cost $22 million to make, and it made $58. So, it's going to try to crawl out of there. But the box office is just a very interesting place right now. I mean, there's a lot of things in there. Some things shouldn't be there, you know, but they're there. Rings is on its way out, and I know that movie only made $53 million, causing problems causing where horror movies are delayed because they're scared about that movie, which is really bad. We got some success stories with Triple X and Resident Evil, and Rogue One is out of the top 10, but it probably finishes off at $1.048 billion. Just still making a little money here and there, but it's basically done. And it did great. Better than I think we expected, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm very happy, Rogue One got what it got. Other success stories like Sing is getting a sequel. That, made $502 million out of nowhere. So that's an animated franchise right there. And the animated stuff usually does good, John Wick is making money here and there, which will probably get a third one, I got to say. I guess it took a little longer than they expected because the Lego Batman movie, which is eating up the box office, it's got in almost $100 million. Do you think that's a success, or? I mean, I know it costs.
Yes, because
I know it cost $80 to make.
Yeah, I know critically it's gone through the roof because a lot of people like it.
Right.
I don't know about box office wise, but
so far it's I guess it made more than $80 million, but it's not there yet.
Yeah. Really,
to tell you the truth, I mean, it's not profitable yet. 50 Shades of Grey is definitely profitable. I mean, $55 million has in almost 160. So already they got the date for next year, the final one. So that's it. Also, there was a story came out today about Logan movie. Did you see that?
No, actually.
Fox was very concerned about the direction of this movie. I'm not saying basic. I'm just from memory what I read. And they felt that it was kind of like, did the audience really want to see a dark future Western type, bleak, thing for Wolverine with the blood and the gore and which we really did want to see like a rated R. But coming off of this future that's fixed for Days of Future Past, was it really the right direction to have a future where everybody's just about dead 5 years from Days of Future Past? And, right now it's up in the air. Is it going to do well or not? Personally, I think what I felt about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not – I like Wolverine. I'm not a fan of Old Man Logan storyline. And I'm not really crazy about this whole movie, but I'm going to go see it. I could be wrong. What do you think?
At the beginning, I was more towards the opposite opinion of yours.
Right.
However, as time has gone on, I got to tell you, I don't really care about this movie. I have really little desire to see it. Nothing that I've seen in the trailers has been bad, but nothing I've seen has impressed me to the point where it's like, I think I'm going to go see that. To me, it's like, I'll probably wait for it to be on television.
Yeah.
In a couple of years or whatever, if it comes on like FX or something. But I got to tell you, I know a lot of people were freaking out at this, or not a lot of people, but some people I've seen, react to the trailer have freaked out when, she's in the convenience store, and I guess it is X-23 now. I don't think we have to be.
Yeah, we're pretty sure about that now.
Attacks the store attendant. And I was just kind of like, so.
Right.
What's so great about that? It wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Like what? And then I guess there's that forest fight scene that they keep showing, which looks cool. But honestly, I don't understand why everything has to be dark. Like, why does everything have to be so dark? Like, it's rated R. I understand that, but Deadpool wasn't dark, at least in my opinion. Deadpool was funny. I know it's a different character.
Right.
But you could make a Wolverine movie that's rated R and still have a good time with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that this is Hugh Jackman's, quote unquote, last time as being Wolverine.
Right.
But the thing that kind of turns me off to this movie is that this is an alternate reality. So who cares, in my opinion?
Here's the story about that. The reality is supposed to be Days of Future Past. 5 years later. The problem is that nobody said that they can get permission to do that because the people that made so much money creating the whole storyline for Days of Future Past were so happy. It was the most successful X-Men movie to date. And for somebody else to come in and say, well, yeah, this is the timeline 5 years later, even though everything is perfect when we leave Wolverine in the X-Mansion, how does it go to shit in 5 years? When the X-Men were around since the 60s and, Days of Future Past, so how in 5 years, what the F happened? And of course, rather than get into a civil battle, they say it's an alternate reality to save face, so that way you can't say definitively that it's the Days of Future Past reality. Because at some point in time, what if they want to do movies connecting to the Days of Future Past, like in that timeline?
Right.
Even though it's supposed to be Patrick Stewart's last or Hugh Jackman. So my problem with this is, from reading thousands of comics of Wolverine, from reading tons of Marvel comics, I have 36 freaking large boxes, beyond history I know of this stuff, right? X-Men, everything. Nobody wants to see a hopeless, boring-ass, depressing effing movie because at the end of the day, we've seen him lose his healing factor already. We've seen shit go wrong. It's a mixture of all the bullshit from the other movies. His healing factor ain't working. He's older, which how he ages like 40 years from 5 years makes no sense to me. But nobody wants to see Professor X poop in a diaper. Nobody wants to see Professor X die, and he has to bury Professor X. Nobody wants to see him visit X-Men funerals. Even the villains are dead. So, what is there to look forward to? He's going to... And, of course, she's his clone, which they just so happen to lace her bones with adamantium. So they just made her a female. But how is this going to end? He beats the bad guys. Okay. He's in agony. He's an alcoholic. They turned this into a storyline that was supposed to be for Tony Stark that he's an alcoholic, right? He's an alcoholic. So am I proud to see the guy in agony and watching a movie? I mean, how is this going to end? Even if it ends where he's just going to hold her hand and we're going to walk through the wilderness and in a year he'll be dead and she becomes Wolverine. I don't understand. How am I supposed to be excited about that? You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah, I do.
How are we supposed to get excited with the way it ends?
Well, you know what I think they might do? I mean, it's unlikely, but I mean, I think everybody's anticipating that he's going to die. I mean, they might do what you just said and not have him die on screen.
Right.
Have him and X-23 kind of go off.
He's probably going to die. He's probably going to die.
I think
and I honestly think what's going to happen is, and it's sad to say, because people don't like people altering other people's visions, but this guy already had the nerve to try to take it as Days of Future Past reality. There's going to be a Deadpool movie where he's going to be time hopping everywhere with Cable. And as a joke, he's probably going to alter the future where this never happens. And that will be the funny thing, because Hugh Jackman will probably return in a different reality and everybody will be completely fine with it. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to do that in Deadpool, because I'm almost sure they're going to do a thing where he's going to go to the reality where Deadpool had no mouth.
Yeah.
And he's going to probably fight himself. And then he's going to hop around. And then he's going to go to the old man, Logan, this thing. And then he's going to be like, oh, I don't like this reality. You know, some shit. And I would be fine with that, because nobody wants to see this bleak bullshit. Sorry, I don't want Hugh Jackman's last movie to be shit. Sorry, I want to see his. What do you want to see his last Wolverine movie in the X-Men movie as an X-Man regular? Not like, oh hey, let's promote this as the last movie.
Yeah, I mean, here you know, a big part of the reason that I can't really get excited for this movie is X-Men Origins Wolverine and the Wolverine.
Right.
Those other two movies, in my opinion, were terrible.
Right.
So why would I get excited about a third one?
It's hard because the movies were terrible, but there was some good shit from it.
There were some good scenes from them.
And I'm like, I find myself watching them constantly.
I got to tell you, I don't like Origins Wolverine. I don't really like. I don't watch that one that much. Right. The Wolverine, I can watch that train fight scene. And I could watch some of the fight scenes. I got to tell you, though, at the end of that movie, I'm just like, at that point, it's almost comical.
Right.
And that's just my opinion. But I got to tell you, I'm not. This is going to be a weird opinion, and I know that we're going to get comments for this.
I don't care, really.
I'm more excited for Power Rangers than I am for Logan.
Shit, that's stretching it. I'm not like that, but
I got to be honest with you. At least Power Rangers looks like fun. It looks like a simple, story, kind of like Transformers.
Right.
I'm not saying it's going to be a better movie. I'm not saying that at all.
Well, I have to clarify my position on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is, again, I'm going to get key two from this, but I'm not looking forward to Logan. Like, period.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see it as an obligation because I'm a Wolverine fan. But I will go see 50 Shades of Grey also. I mean, that's the thing. I not to put it in the same category, but it's sad. I mean, it's just, to me, it's a regular movie that I'll see it, like La La Land or whatever. I'm not, if it's there, it's there. If there's nothing else to see, okay. And again, it's really sad to say because, I mean, you and I, most of the time are the same, where we agree on things. Yeah. And this is one of those occasions where you got to look at it and say, well, what is the message that they want to say? That everybody gets old? That what? This is life? I could live my life. But when I go to the theater, I want to escape. I want to go to some fantasy thing or watch a movie. I don't want to see a movie about real life because then that's a waste. And I know it's not real life, but it's depressing. And I don't want to go see a Logan movie and get depressed. I don't want to see him piss blood. I don't want to see, I really don't want to see Professor X die. And that's going to be hard for me because I know they're going to kill him. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be like, oh, come on. Well,
that's another thing too, right? We've seen him die already.
Yes.
Quote unquote.
But this is more depressing.
Yeah, but here's my thing. Are they going to kill him in some special way where he can't quote unquote come back?
Again, technically he could come back in somebody else's body.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I think.
Yeah.
And I'd be fine if he was in a teenage body and just that'd be the joke to Wolverine. Haha. I'm all right. But to me, I just can't wait for this universe to get wiped out. And I think it's going to happen. And I honestly feel this is not Hugh Jackman's last Wolverine movie.
I don't either.
I think that this movie's going to bomb, and then he's going to be like, shit, I got to come back for the fans.
Even if the movie does well, I think he's going to come back.
I think what they're going to do, I don't even think this is Patrick Stewart's last either. I think they'll do an X-Men movie with them. With Cyclops and Wolverine and
well, you know what could happen? Seeing that X-Men, I liked X-Men Apocalypse. Mm-hmm. Seeing that X-Men Apocalypse did not get the great.
Oh, you liked it?
I liked it, yeah.
I thought you didn't like it.
Oh no, I liked X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't like it as much as Days of Future Past, but I still liked X-Men Apocalypse.
I liked X-Men.
It had problems. Don't get me wrong, but
I
liked it. But seeing that X-Men Apocalypse did not get the reaction that the studio was hoping for.
Right.
The next one, X-Men Supernova, whatever they're
Oh,
calling
that's
it.
going to do great.
Placeholder title, because that sounds ridiculous.
It's going to do great.
I think if that one doesn't do well, X-Men Supernova, I think that they could be in a position where they have to ask them to come back, Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart.
Right.
Because the universe might not be working as well as they want it to.
Mm.
So they need the big names to come back and kind of revitalize it.
Now, technically, this would be the 90s.
I believe so, yeah.
And they're trying to catch up to Deadpool so that Deadpool could coincide with theirs, basically. I just see an X-Men movie with Deadpool in the X-Men with Hugh Jackman.
Think it's going to happen eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. Something's going on with Zoom. It says this audio is messed up. Do you hear me, Chris?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let me just see what's going on. So again, I hope that we get everything going right for Logan, but I don't think it's going to do well. Sorry. I think it's going to fall flat and bomb, and I think overseas, it ain't going to do well at all. I don't see it making more than $300 million. That's my projection, whatever.
Anything's possible.
Not more than 3, I don't think. And that's worldwide. But we'll see. All right, that's it.
Well, we did have some Star Wars news that we were going to get
to. You want to do a separate one on that?
It's not really much. I mean,
all right, let's do it on here. Go ahead.
Right. So, what was it? I know that there have been some descriptions about the trailer that's coming up, the teaser trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how true these are because I haven't really seen them from sources that I would normally say were reliable.
Right.
So I'm not going to say anything about them on here. If you guys want to see those, you can find them online very easily.
Okay.
I know that the bigger news I saw today had to do with the next novel that's coming out, Star Wars Aftermath: Empire's End. I believe it's Empire's End.
Okay.
Which basically there's some stuff about Han and Leia in there, before Kylo Ren is born, before Ben Solo is born, and it kind of shows how Han Solo and Leia were kind of starting to split up even beforehand, even before he was born.
Oh.
And it wasn't anything crazy. It was just basically like, and this is spoiler, so if you don't want to hear, stop watching now. But he was kind of getting complacent with being stuck in one place.
Yeah.
Han Solo. He wanted to be out there in the galaxy, doing stuff. And it seemed like Leia wasn't upset with him because she just knew that that's how he is.
Okay.
So it was kind of interesting. And they both have nicknames for Ben Solo, before he's born. So it was an interesting little bit of information from the novel.
And they're married, basically, right?
Basically, yeah.
I mean, they did get married.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, from Force Awakens, how long is he separated from Leia? Like a year?
It didn't seem like too long.
It wasn't that long.
I don't think so, because I believe the final catalyst that kind of separated them apart was Ben Solo turning to the dark side.
So it's probably 2 years, maybe. Not even, right?
I'm trying to think, because Bloodline takes place 6 years before The Force Awakens, and they're still together.
Yeah, I don't think it was that long. It wasn't like they were separated for 10 years or something like that.
No, I wouldn't say so.
No. So, all right. Are they going to have anything about a funeral for Han in the next movie, or?
Well, it's interesting you said that, because some of these descriptions of the teasers I've seen online have mentioned something that looks like a funeral procession.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I think they should. I think it would be an interesting way to open or have something in the movie, and I think that's where you could put Lando in it.
Now, Harrison Ford didn't film any flashback sequences, did he, for the next movie?
Depends on who you talk to. I've heard yes, I've heard no. So, who knows?
Okay. Wow.
I think, if you're asking me for my opinion, I think he did.
Yeah, he's probably in it.
I think he did.
Okay. Are they going to spread it out? Is it going to be something for episode 9 also, or?
It could be.
Okay. That'd be interesting. And as far as Carrie Fisher goes, they're not touching episode 8, right?
I haven't heard that they are.
I think they're going to leave everything the way it is, but then 9, they'll do something, right? I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to rewrite parts in 9.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye for now.